Hey everyone, my name's Nathan from the Tentworld Ferntree Gully store, and today I'll be showing you the Oztent RX4. But before we get into it, let's see what you get in the bags. This is the walls for the front annex. It's important to note this is all one piece. This is the floor that zips in fully. And this is the fly that goes over the back of the tent. And of course you also get the RX4 itself. So these are the poles you get with the RX4. From right to left you've got your two poles for the fly. The second two are your 2.6 meter ridge poles. Your third two are your 2.3 meter poles to create the peak in the annex. And your fourth two are your 1.9 meter poles for the front of the annex. For this setup, we've also got two poles to add an additional annex on the front. The RX4 is one of the latest additions to Oztent's lineup. The RX4 is the same size as the RV4, which has a sleeping area of 2.4 meters by 2.4 meters. This tent also comes in a larger size, the RX5, which is the same size as the RV5. There are some major differences between the RXs and the RVs though. One of these is less noticeable than the others. Keen Oztent fans will notice that the colour of this tent is a little different to the RV tents. Oztent have actually created a new material to make the RX tents. They call it ModCan, meaning modified canvas. In this canvas blend, they have included less cotton to the mix than what's in the RVs, making it a little bit more fire retardant and shaving off about a kilo of weight when compared to the RV4. Another difference is the large window on the roof. This can be open and closed from inside the tent, and if it's pouring down rain, it is still completely waterproof due to these flaps that cover the zips on the outside. One other addition to this tent is the storage pockets that hang on the internal frame. The RX4 still sets up the same way the RV tents do, meaning the back sleeping room is still a 30-second tent, so if you're just stopping quickly for the night, there's no need to set up the whole front annex section. The walls, however, attach differently to the walls for the RV tents. As I mentioned earlier, the walls are all one piece of material, instead of individual walls that you can get for the RVs. This means that when you are setting these walls up, you need to either have them all on or all off. You're unable to choose to have walls up in various configurations. There is a zip in the floor though, which was a popular request made to Oztent as an option for the RV tent setups. Pro tip: when setting up the front annex, the trick to doing it is to lay the floor down and zip that on first, ensuring that you put side A with A and B with B. Next, set up the four poles with the ridge poles to create the shelter. Finally, zip on the walls. Another great little feature with the RX4 and RX5s are these little orange caps. So these go on the outside of the annex, on top of the material and under the guy rope, as you can see here. What this does is it helps prevent water coming through the eyelets in a heavy downpour. At this point, it's worth noting that this front annex is not 100% enclosed. As you can see here, there are gaps where the floor, walls and tent meet up. Because of this reason, the annex isn't the best place to sleep overnight if all the bugs are out. Luckily, the size inside the tent is quite generous. What we have displayed here is the Oztent Goanna stretcher and Oztent Gecko stretcher. As you can see, they both fit in here quite comfortably with sufficient space between them. Another pro tip: you also get the fly with the RX4 package. When installing this, remember to put the silver side up and the tan colours side down. I will admit, I tried it the other way first and scratched my head for a bit until I realised. Also, it is quite tricky reaching the zip from outside the tent, so to put it on, you can jump inside the tent, open the rooftop window and attach it that way. It takes a few ropes and pegs to set it all up properly, but once you do that, doesn't it look so good? The RX4 we have displayed here also has the front awning up. As I mentioned earlier, the upright poles for this awning isn't included in the RX4 package, but if you get them too, you will have just that little bit extra shelter out the front. To complete your camp setup, you can also consider the Oztent screen house and the new Oztent camp cupboard. Thanks for watching.